This one strategic concept changed my brand and business for the better. This one thing actually is the reason why I was able to see almost $4,000 in one night. And today I am going to be sharing with you the story of how that happened. And I'm going to share this strategic concept with you so that you can do it too. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you stay tuned for this entire video. Hey Hustle Babes, I am Chanel the Brand Hustler, and this is a channel for hustle babes who are interested in gaining insight on the entrepreneur journey while learning essential marketing and business tips for their brand. So as I said a few seconds ago, I learned one concept that changed my brand and my business for the better. And this is a concept that I realized can possibly change your brand and business too. So I want to share with you a little story and take you down a quick little memory lane with me. So a few months ago, I actually opened up enrollment to one of my programs. It is an amazing program, and it was a full campaign, right? We had broken down using my GST formula, certain strategies that we were going to execute over the duration of about 3 weeks to a month. Normally, when I break down my GST formula and I go and execute these things, I usually hit my goals very quickly and then I surpass them. However, this time around, it was as if it was like pulling teeth, and something within me wasn't connecting, and something within like my messaging wasn't necessarily connecting to my audience the way that it usually does. So we were about maybe 5 days before the deadline, right? So for every campaign, there's a deadline, there's a duration of time. And so we were about 5 days from our deadline, and we were only halfway to our goal of $15,000. So I began to reflect on all of the strategies that we had executed thus far. There was a piece of the puzzle that was missing. And so when I saw what the piece of the puzzle was, I immediately decided that I was going to take action as a true hustler that I am. And I immediately planned a way to rectify the situation. And I actually wrote down what I went through when I first launched my shoe boutique. I also walked through the emotions and things like that, and I took notes, and then I hopped on live and literally just told a story. The product that I'm talking about was actually the Ultimate Launch course, and it is a course where I help you have a strategic launch within 90 days by building your brand's foundation super strong, right? But the point is, I was executing these strategies, but I wasn't necessarily telling my story of how those strategies affected my life and what my experiences were when I was in my target audience's shoes. And so once I realized that the gap that was there was actually a storytelling gap, I then began to do that storytelling thing. So after the live, right, I go and I check my sales. And when I kid you not, I made close to $4,000 between when I actually hopped on that live and when it was time for me to go to bed. I was completely amazed. I then woke up the next day to a few more sales, and then I decided that I was going to take that same storytelling concept, that same target audience pain point concept, and I was going to apply it on other platforms such as Instagram stories and TikTok. And from there, I was able to make the rest of my goal, and we closed out surpassing the $15,000 mark. I think we ended up making around $17,000 for that particular campaign. I don't know if you picked up what I was putting down, but pretty much the one life-changing, brand-altering, business-altering concept that I realized I wasn't using as much as I did in the beginning was that brand storytelling piece. And the fact that I was supposed to get into my target audience's mind, their thoughts, pull out their pain points, and find ways that I could tell a relatable story that builds trust, that was also stimulating and entertaining, so that they'll want to listen, they'll care about my story, and they'll care about whatever the product was that I was selling. Now, you may be watching this and you may be thinking, that's great. You were able to bank $17,000, but how in the world can I do the same? You're probably like, Chanel, I have posted time and time again on countless social media platforms. I post Shop Now all the time, and no matter how many times I post Shop Now, my audience is not clicking the link. They are not going to my website. They are not adding to cart. They're not even joining my email list. And I am now frustrated because time and time again, I have thrown spaghetti at the wall with all of these different content ideas, but nothing is seeming to stick. And what makes matters even worse, I feel as if I'm annoying my audience because I keep throwing products down their throat, shop now, shop now, shop now, shop now every single day. I've even had times where people will slide in my DMs, or I've done maybe an in-person event and someone will walk up to my table and ask me to tell them more about my brand and more about my product. And I find myself stuttering and stumbling on how my product and my brand are different. How are they different? How are they unique? How do I stand out from the competitors within my industry? Well, if you are thinking all of these things, baby, I have the solution for you. This is a solution that will take you from frustrated at throwing spaghetti at the wall to completely clear on what content your target audience needs to see and hear to want to engage and then become a customer. I am also going to share the solution with you that will help you identify the exact unique edge for your brand, so that way you can sing from the mountaintops every single time somebody asks you about your brand and about your product. Not only that, but we are going to cut out the shop now nonsense. We are going to use the power of storytelling, because no one wants to be sold to. You know that annoying man when you go to buy a car that's just nagging you about the price and, oh, drive off the lot and do this and do that, and they just push the sales jargon down your throat? You don't want to be that sales guy. You want to be the sales guy that will have you picturing yourself riding down the highway with the rooftop down, on your way to see your boo, with the breeze in your hair, and you just got your nails done. You want that person who can paint that vivid picture for you to make you then want to buy the car. No one wants to be sold to. And that is why I have created this workshop that is going to help you overcome saturation. It's going to help you pinpoint how your brand is unique, but most importantly, you are going to be able to learn more about your target audience, what they want, why they want it, identify your core brand messaging, and then turn all of that into powerful storytelling content that will move your products off the shelves. Okay? Now, a brand's love story workshop was formulated specifically for you to help you do all of these things. And from the title alone, it tells you that your audience is gonna fall in love with your brand after you learn all the crucial lessons that we are going to be covering in the workshop. So there are 5 main takeaways that you are going to walk away from this workshop with. Now, before I give you those 5 main takeaways, I have to say that my workshops are like none other. They are no fluff. I don't play. I drop gems all day for free, so you know when you pay for something that I am going to pour my heart out into it. I cut straight to the chase. There is no fluff, no chaser, no nothing. We go straight to the meat and potatoes in my workshops. And if you've been to my target audience workshops in the past, you already know how I roll. The second thing about this workshop is that it is hands-on. I'm a hustler at heart. I've been a hustler for many years, and you are too, which is why you are watching this video right now and probably why you're subscribed to my channel. So because we are hustlers at heart, right, we need to take in what we learn and then apply what we learn. So you are getting a workbook along with action items that you will be doing throughout the workshop to plan that execution that you are going to do as soon as you hop off the workshop. You are not just learning, you are going to execute. And last but not least, the third thing that makes my workshop different is that it's transformative. Whether you are going to walk away with the clarity that you need to plan months of content, whether you're going to walk away with the clarity that you need to identify your target audience and maybe even redefine who they are, whether that means that you're going to walk away with a new brand purpose, brand messaging, brand tone, that you will be able to develop a brand that can sustain for years to come. Whether you want one or all of those things, you are going to walk away with those transformations. So before I tell you all the details about when and where, let me share with you the 5 main lessons, the 5 main value nuggets, the 5 main transformations that you are going to walk away with from this workshop. The first lesson is you are going to learn how to stand out and discover your brand's unique edge. We're talking about PMVs, which is your purpose, your mission, your value statement. We're also talking about your target audience. Who are you talking to? Why do they care? And then we are going to, second, bridge the gap between your brand and your audience. So you are going to learn why telling your brand story to your target audience through content is always the way to go. I am going to teach you my content conversion strategy, which takes your PMVs and turns them into content. I then am going to share with you the biggest and the best brands to ever use storytelling and what their results and what they actually use storytelling for in the actual workshop. Third, you're going to learn the art of storytelling. I'm going to tell you what storytelling is, why it's important, and how you can develop certain practices within your business and within your life that will have you storytelling like a champ and winning everyone over, including your customers. Now, the fourth thing you're going to walk away with, because I'm not just going to tell you why storytelling is important, I am going to give you the sauce. I am going to give you the blueprint. So I am going to give you the 3 main types of stories that I've used time and time again to sell my products, whether I was selling shoes or whether I was selling a course. And I am going to tell you what those 3 main stories are, and we are going to work together to develop your own. Because the 5th part of this workshop is we are going to learn all of the components of great storytelling, and you are going to know how to take your PMVs, those content topics, your target audience's pain points, and put it all together in a fantabulous story that will win your audience's hearts over every single time. Now, this is not something that's new. Right? This is something that I actually have been talking to my one-on-one clients about and my members of the E-Hustle Club about, and some of them have already started to see results from just practicing storytelling in minor ways. So trust me when I tell you that this jam-packed, powerful workshop will have you looking like a brand pro. Believe me when I say that, okay? So if you are interested in gaining clarity on your brand's core purpose, your brand story, your brand messaging, if you are interested in identifying your target audience and getting into their minds and their hearts so that you know why they care and why they need or want your product, if you care about having a plethora of content ideas that come to you with ease, if you care about putting the shop now post to rest and actually creating engaging content that will drive clicks, drive add to carts, drive signups, and everything in between, then you need to be at this live workshop, A Brand's Love Story. It is happening Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. At 6:30 p.m. It is a 3-hour workshop, and I understand if you are not there to stay for the full time, and that is why we give all of our registrants access to a 14-day replay. So I want you to open up the description box and go over to the link and sign up for the workshop. We only have 3 more days left of registration, okay? So when you watch this video, open up the link and go sign up. Because of the intimacy of this workshop, we are capping it at a certain amount. And so if it reaches that amount before the 3 days are over with, we are going to close down registration, and I don't want you to be left out. So open up the description box, click the link in my bio and sign up for the workshop that is going to help you overcome oversaturation, build a unique brand, and create content that connects and converts. Go ahead, and I will see you there on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye, Hustle Babe.